Howdy, howdy, folks. Chores here on a fairly exciting Wednesday evening, if I'm being honest. Let's see who is here early. Just a small crowd tonight. Got Calzamar and Oak Tree and Nimue du Lac. Bonsoir to you too. Calzamar's getting his watermelon juice ready. Oh man, Calzamar's going to war. Not again. Hey there, Wolf Mistress. How are you doing? They're low poly cats. Welcome, welcome. Hey there, Jet J Jensen. Hello, hello. I think you're a new face in town. Glad to have you here. Does anyone else watch the Mr. Mutant videos for video story hints? I have been, actually. Very interesting videos, especially his monster grinder. That was pretty cool. I feel like the demonstration of the bone flute one was a little overtaken by the flying hydrofoil elk, but other than that, I think it needed to be a little more of a demonstration. It didn't seem like he gave it enough time, and the elk popped up because like when I was using the bone flute, the elk might take a few moments, even up to like 20 seconds before it pops up. So I couldn't tell whether the elk had teleported before he changed render distance, or if it was, actually after he'd done that. It seemed pretty quick. Anyway, it is 8:31. Oh no, I'm late, guys. I'm late. Hey. It's me. You know why we're here. We are here for chores. Hey there, Joe Mega and Ryuga. I got Sam Patton as well. The 20-second transmission to the elk. Yeah, pretty much. The elk always seems to show up off camera. A little bit like Roach from The Witcher. Let's see. Oh, these are... Yeah, some are chiseled, some are not. Okay. Well, we have a couple things to do today. I have a small list. Oh, there's more here than I thought. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, this shouldn't be that big of a chore. But so we have three big things on the list tonight. One is I want to finish the subfloor here, aka the sort of ceiling. Although it's going to be it'll be a real boring ceiling if we just leave it like this. So we're going to juice that up or spruce it up, I guess. It's not an engine, don't need to juice it. And then the other two things I want to do is I want to gather berry bushes and flowers and things from up here by our oasis base. Because there's a lot of... Where is our base? There it is. There's a lot of flowers and bushes to be had in this area. And we need some of those for the temple build here. That's right, I have the toggle crouch mod on. I will remember that eventually. And then I also want to rebuild our flower garden that we had, like, yonder and tore it apart last stream. It's going to go, like, right here. I need a place where I'm not going to, like, lose track of it and then have our flowers either just languish or get, cold or heat stressed. Let's put away our building materials for now. Where do I want these to go? What's in here? That's sand, okay. Here we are. Perfect. Building mats. Oh, one more. And then the tools that we won't need for now. They're gonna, if I can grab them. And it might behoove us to make a few more of some of these. That's right, I think we burned through that rough chisel, didn't we? I'm pretty sure it's dead, Jim. Alright. Holy waypoints, Batman? Yeah, we're pretty full of waypoints. Oh, so a couple notes about tonight. One is that tonight is at somewhat greater risk than usual of interruption and early ending due to children. Children! Who has kids anymore? Ugh. Kurazumi had a set of vaccinations today for her 6-month checkup, and so she's knocked out cold right now, but there's a much greater chance of her waking up suddenly screaming than usual. So there is the chance of that, just warning. And second is I've made a couple changes to how I record and stream from the video perspective. So I had been locking my frame rate at 60 FPS, and that was mostly due to my old monitor. I was using just VSync to do it on that one. But I was locking it to 60 FPS on the new monitor. But I noticed it was kind of getting like a little chunky video here and there. So I've unlocked the frame rate. Well, actually, I've increased my my refresh rate to 180 Hertz, which is the monitor's maximum. And I am just using VSync to hopefully get as many frames in as possible. So let me know how the stream looks tonight, if it seems smoother or less smooth, about the same. Fidget Story does kind of run like a dog from a video perspective. So let me know what you think, and if I need to make any changes to it, then I will do so for the next stream. Youths, Calzamar? I think you mean spare meat. Off we go. We'll chow down on some mangoes along the way. It pants. Oh, like a dog. I get it now. There's that infamous 20-second delay between what I say and what you hear. I will say, this looks, on my end, it looks fantastic. And I did do some recording tests, and they're really, like, there wasn't a ton of difference, but having it at this refresh rate seemed to give the best results overall. But I don't know if that translates well to the stream frame rate and how smooth it is. My hope is that by giving OBS a lot more frames to choose from, it'll be able to, you know, grab one in the middle of processing and be like, ah, this frame's perfect. Let's send it to all of Kurzar's viewers. Uh-oh, get the dad joke in here. What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle? Attire. Oh. Oh, Nightbot. How you never cease to let my audience disappoint me. I think I like putting blocks in this way better now. Now that I can actually see them, it's not a blur. Oops. So if we finish all of our chores tonight, all the planned chores, I am thinking we might want to go and do a little bit of smithing, just to make a few more steel tools for filling the chest over yonder. The tools that we use every Sunday. Hey there, Burnzilla. And half of your messages disappeared, Calzamar? That is strange. Let's just get this and do a few more in here. Boy. Something tells me this ain't gonna be enough. Not in the least. Daddy joke. When someone says hi, Cold, I'm Dad. My father says, hi, Dad. I'm Cliff. Maybe you should jump over sometime. Dad's got a rough sense of humor there. There we go. Oh, you were saying, Calzamar, you have a 2080 with 32 megs of RAM. I assume you mean system RAM, not video RAM. And your CPU never goes up 50%, and Vigil is far from smooth. Yeah, I think that's a symptom of Vigil being written using like OpenGL 3.3, I think it is. It looks like they've started using some of the newer OpenGL options out there, but the core is, I think, still 3.3. In fact, we can check. We can check. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. GC version. Yeah, oh yeah, 3.3. Can't see that very well though. In there is where you'll see the OpenGL version. There used to it actually used to say, like whether it was using like full OpenGL mode or like compatibility mode, which was the cause of some of the bugs I had when I had an AMD video card. Your God is not your PC? Yeah. I think it's just, I mean, Vigil is, built on old technology. But that is what lets it run on potatoes, too. Oops. Okay, don't forget, don't hold down the crouch key. Hey there, Mai. Grain. What's grain, Mai? Yeah, Calzamar, it is, so Vintage Story runs kind of rough on the best of days. Trying to record Vintage Story is, like, the worst. At least if you want a nice, smooth recording. I mean, you can just, record the game and deal with choppy footage and whatever. But I like to not have choppy footage, just, 'cause. And getting it to run smooth enough and record smooth enough is like, whew, boy, full-time job right there. Grain is packing. I'm afraid I don't understand my... I'm a little lost. I have one more stack, yeah. Okay, oh, part of a stack. It's worse than loading chunks. Yep, that's pretty standard. And it looks like there's also probably the garbage collector running as well. Some of those spikes. It's also going to be worse for some reason around entities. Well, not for some reason. Entities take more CPU juice to run. But entities include signs. So if you have a base with a lot of signs, and you're wondering why you're getting real choppy or low frame rate, that could be the culprit. Oh man, I'm getting dizzy doing this. It's just like the same block coming at me constantly. It's like when you ride a bicycle for a while. If you young kids know what a bicycle is, it's this old-fashioned transportation method where you have to like pedal, use your own power. It doesn't have battery. But like when you're going down the street and like you stop, and then the street looks like it's receding from you. You become re-addicted to Video Story because of a server. Hey, nice, Mai. Let's see. Alright. let's just grab... Well, you know what, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll see if that's enough for what we have left. I don't know that it is, but I'm hoping it would be. Time to find out. E-bike? No. Bicycle. Kalzamar. Bicycle. Bicycle. As opposed to hello cycle, which is when they're coming towards you. Or there'd be a helosicle. Oh, I do have a mod for that, don't I? Darn it. I should have tried it out. Muscle memory getting in the way of new mods. And me using them. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, out of mangoes. Alright. I'm no longer a mango maniac. I think we're not going to finish this with just this. If you were poor enough, you'd get a unicycle. You have to be a clown for that. It's actually a law. You can't have a unicycle unless you're a clown. Yeah, this isn't going to finish that off. Okay. I'm going to switch methods here. my brain's going to overdrive. Look at all these these blocks coming at me constantly. How do I want to go about like actually swapping my method here? Come out here, I guess. Oak Tree's niece is riding a unicycle. She has 2 or 3 of them. Wow. Yeah, there was the quirky kid in our neighborhood growing up also got into unicycles. He was like a clown. Not like the, you know, the insult, like, you're a clown. He was a clown. He liked to goof around, so it fit his personality pretty well. Well, that's that. Let's go get some more ashlar. 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 They are great modes of transportation. I don't think unicycles are great for transportation. Well, maybe the motored ones are. But, like, pedaled unicycles are usually... The pedals are typically locked to the wheel. So you have to continuously pedal or you're just going to stop. Let's grab you. And let's put you on the ground over here. Oh yeah, we're going to need a wedgie. Okay. And let's get some of this. You have a picture of her on a unicycle manning a swivel gun attached to a stump. Not to mention how you have to turn on a unicycle. Yeah, I don't know how you do that. I guess you just sort of twist your body. Secular manslaughter. Gotta twist the body. Yeah, I guess you twist the body and then use the wheel's grip so that when you untwist, you do it slowly so you don't turn back the other direction. Splash. Splash lar. Okay. We're going to try this out. Alright, so handbook. Let's pause game. Okay, I want to make this. Add items to make the maximum amount to the grid. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Now, the only thing I would like is if you could just like do that over here rather than having to open the handbook. But this is a pretty good start. This is a pretty good start. Alright, that should do for now. Alright, so we're going to put you away. Yeah, we should do some more forging for sure. Oh, hammer can go away too. We won't need you rest of the night unless we go smithing, but then we have a different hammer for that, so... So nya, haha, whoops. Get up. There's the wrong buttons. How civilized, you need that mod too, anyway, Dilak. Okay, time to do this the old-fashioned way. Alright, what is going on here? I know I clicked on that block right here. And once we're done with this, I'm going to go and rest, make it morning, get rid of the spookies that are surely congregating below us. And then we'll go and we will strip the hillsides of flowers and bushes. They shall rue the day they were born. Who here has seen Young Frankenstein? What? I said he shall rue the day he was born. Oh. Best Mel Brooks movie. Fight me. Fight me, guys. Best Mel Brooks movie. Just taking it to a better place. They don't like when I call them Shirley. Different director, different franchise, but still great. Airplane was great. I tried watching some of The Naked Gun. I think the original or the show. I forget if the movies came first or the show came first, but I kind of bounced off it. I wasn't really in the mood. I was like, I'll see it. I had this for a while, and I fired up. I was like, eh. So I bounced off, but I'll try it again later at some point. Oh, Rick Moranis is coming back for Spaceballs 2? Wow. I had not heard of that. I mean, I heard of Spaceballs 2, I didn't know about Rick Moranis. They're releasing a new Naked Gun movie. Oh, isn't that with someone else now? Like Chris Pratt or something? Yeah, Rick Moranis had total legit reason to be like, nope, I got kids to raise. That's because, as I recall, didn't his wife die of cancer or something? I had more in here. Okay. No, let's stay here now. Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt. Yes, Chris Pratt. Well done. I'm going to check off the subfloor. Okay. So it is time for Bushes de la Berry. The best movie quote is "'Tis but a scratch from the Holy Grail." I'm gonna say respectfully disagree, but Kurizette would agree with you, Jet J. Boink. All right. So having come back now, and being back at the Oasis base, the translocator seems to have caused a few more like video janks than usual coming back, but it's smoothed out now, so hopefully that's all said and done. Hey there, Yassine F. Hi, I'm a huge fan of your work. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here. Alright, let's grab a bit of this and a bit of that. I might steal another stack or so of, well, I might get some dirt, but I almost might make that a more dedicated trip, but I could just bring back, like, tons of it. Do I have a basket? I could fill the basket with dirt. But let's focus on the bushes and flowers for now, because those take priority. As I recall, there were some bushes, like, literally, like, right in the field here somewhere, like those guys. Yeah, some of those are bushes of the variable kind. What about the ROUS? Why can't I remember what that stands for? I should know. Oh, speaking of flowers, I'm not going to get the orange mallow because we can grow that really easily. I'm just going to get the bushes, and then we're going to get the more temperate flowers that we'll have to kind of grow during our winter, as it were. Oh, and I do want some papyrus. Rodents of unusual size. Okay. That's RUS. RUOUS. There we go. Since we're getting berries, what are my favorite berries in real life? Hello, random crop block. That was me, probably. Favorite berry? I don't know. I like a lot of them. I'm going to go ahead and probably just say raspberry. I really like raspberries. I grow them. And they're pretty good overall. I've had some others that are pretty good. Like, I actually like goji berry. And a couple other odds and ends. Oh, hello. Thank you. But yeah, we'll see raspberries. Sudbury blueberries, best in the world. I wouldn't know a Sudbury if I saw one. Although I will say, wild blueberries, although I suspect wild blueberries are actually like something else, like chokeberries or whatever. But I like those pretty well in pies. And I didn't fall for the trick answer and say strawberries, because strawberries aren't berries. In fact, strawberries are more like vegetables. Salmon berries are neat. Yeah, I was thinking about trying to grow those, but like the yield looked pretty low to me from what I could tell. Sudbury is a city, and the blueberries are renowned worldwide for baking. Okay. Pineapple's your favorite berry? Are they actually berries? I know bananas are, botanically speaking. Aren't most melons also technically berries or something like that? Or was it melons? Or cucumbers or something goofy? Brown sedge, don't want to do. I shall take thee. Brown sedge is not terribly prolific, though. I should try rhubarb pie. Well, it just so happens that I planted a whole bunch of rhubarb this year. For exactly that reason. Apex Childhood Church was surrounded by deadly nightshade berries. That's concerning. Well, I learned recently there is a black nightshade that looks similar to deadly nightshade, but isn't deadly. Up and Nimue Lack just mentioned those now. Watermelon is a berry. Yes, I planted rhubarb, and then I planted a lot of it. I don't know how I'm going to use it all. I planted... So I have a row of like 20 or so arborvitaes. And then sort of like a bit away from them in a same row, or in a parallel row, I planted rhubarb in the same number as I had arborvitaes. So 20 rhubarb plants is, yeah. It's a bit. I may have gone a bit overboard. But since we have little kids and no time, we have some people come out and do our lawn for us most weeks. One of them decided that the rhubarb was a weed and pulled out a bunch of it and weed whacked some of it. I was very cross with them, particularly because I said, "This is rhubarb. Don't pull it out. Don't weed whack it." But I have learned I'm going to make some changes for next year's food forest / garden. I'm not quite ready time-wise to actually have a full-on garden, like a dedicated garden, because I don't have time to like actually put that together and fence it off and screen it in and whatever else, or chicken wire it in and so on to keep the animals out. But I think I've learned my lesson about black raspberries and Japanese wine berries. They're tasty, they're beautiful, and they grow like wildfire. And also, the animals get them. I planted yellow raspberries, black raspberries, and Japanese wine berries they're red. And I got a handful of wine berries. I got exactly like 2 or 3 black raspberries. Oops, sorry, seaweed. And then I got, hand over fist amounts of yellow raspberries, because the animals just can't see them, I think. So I'm going to rip out the black raspberries and the Japanese stuff, and that'll be that. Alright, so a stack of papyrus. I'm going to go get some more of this brown sedge. I think it'll be a nice splash of like a more vibrant green. Gotta put a net on them. Have you tried putting a net on black raspberries and salmon berries? They will push that net out of the way in about a day. They grow like crazy. Plus, it might just be nice to have, like, sort of a monocrop thing going on. I know monocrop's bad, but it's a small garden. But also, so we tried the black raspberries. They were okay, but they were like mostly seed. I mean, they should be classified as nuts, not berries, in my opinion. At least the ones that I had. The salmon berries are pretty good. Salmon berries, the wine berries are pretty good, but they're extremely aggressive, and I mean that both from a growth perspective and from a we will cut you perspective. They are super, super sharp. Beat it, pal. So I think I might just yank those out and replace them with golden raspberries. Jamaican crops. Monocrop. Monocrop. Hey, they rip off Pingu. Oh, you're dipping? Well, have a good night then. You sell wine berries. Interesting, anyway. They are pretty productive. Just that the animals got most of them, and they are very, very thorny. Hey, Joshua Saruta, welcome. Can't beat the classic raspberry. So I actually do have some red raspberries growing, but I think they got some kind of weird disease that makes their berries like really gnarly looking. And then the animals got them anyway. Are we already full, or am I just not close enough? Okay, that was weird. What's the plan? Well, we already got through finishing the subfloor on the temple. We are out collecting plants to plant in and around the temple. And then if we finish that, we will be rebuilding and replanting our little garden. Yeah, I'll hang on to that grass for now. The little garden where we were planting flowers and farming those. Let's get up into these hills here and see what's there. And then if we finish all of that and we're still hungry, for dessert, we have the possibility of a little bit of farming. I think these also we don't need either. We have tons of these. They grow fine up here anyway. I am here. Ah, here we go. Cattails might be nice. Let's take some cattails. Building and planting? Yep. No, we are doing some ecocide first. And then we'll plant and undo the ecocide. Huh. Just temporarily negative here. I always find it weird when you find this beautiful place, and you're like, I could settle here. And you're like, oh wait, my gear is like spinning backwards like crazy. We also need more mortar. Yeah, we do actually. You're not wrong there. I didn't want that. Hey, Stephanie Thomas, you've been binge watching the VS guide? Nice. Ever since you saw the episode of Me Joining Solston. Awesome. Well, glad to have you here. I hope you find the guide series informative and educational and entertaining. The first two are synonyms. Blame Solston. Yeah, I think the scope of his castle is really hitting hard now. Both from a viewer perspective and for, I think, him. But I'm all caught up on Solston stuff, so I've seen the tree. The Cradmother tree. As he calls it. I don't think he can say Cradmother without going into his Cradmother voice. You don't play Vintage Story, but you like watching it? Fair enough. Cranberries belong in bog. Might need a new steel knife here too, my goodness. I do wish there was like a better way of getting the roots out. Like, use a shovel and it would go twice as fast. You live in Cranberry Country? Ah, I gotcha. You'll get it eventually, you just know it, Stephanie. You know, I was like that for a while. I was, when I got into it, I started watching Paul Soares Jr. and Ashanton. And I was like, oh, this is cool. But I was playing the other block game. And it was still, you know, having fun with that. And finally I was like, alright, I'm gonna buy this game. It's like, it was inevitable. I know the feeling. How close are we? Do I need a full stack of cattails? I don't know. I'll strip this pond. If we're missing some, then so be it. Actually, I think this pond might have more than we need, so I won't. You bought VS to play on a multiplayer server? Also fair enough, yeah. Actually, I did want to mention that. So if Vintage Story is running choppy, and you happen to have a spare, reasonably modern computer, you can run Vintage Story as a server on that computer and connect to it. And that way your local computer that's doing all the video work doesn't have to worry about the CPU not being able to catch up and deliver frames to your GPU. And so you can end up with a smoother experience. When I had my old... I had a Dell from 2016, which is now Corette's computer. And that one could just barely run Bitstory well enough to record. I mean, just barely. But when I was playing on a server, I was like, oh, the frame rate is so much better here. What gives? And I'm like, oh, duh, because I'm not running the whole server on my CPU while I'm also gaming on the CPU. You bought Bitstory for yourself as a birthday gift after someone was spamming it to you. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people who never got into the other block game. And some of them were like, not even hadn't played it, but I wouldn't say hadn't heard of it, but really didn't know what it was about. It's kind of interesting. 2 more. Oops, didn't want that. I mean, I do, but not today. A little too easy to gather from, like, everywhere else. We might have to spend the night out here, actually. By might, I mean... Oh yeah, it's happening. Okay. Let's have a bite to eat. There we are, and let's go up here. I spy on the map some what I assume to be... Ooh, berries. Oh, that's daisies. I'm pretty sure there's some woad up here, too. I might just, like, chew on these berries or even throw them out. I'm not here for the berries. I'm here for the bushes. Oh, hello. Hello, flower. There's some hiding wood. Oh, you can't play anything from your surgery. Huh? That's rough. Well, I hope your surgery went well. Sticky dirt. Oh. More. Oh, these are red currant. Okay. I don't think we'll come across much in the way of cranberries here. If we do, I might leave them. I know that might hurt some feelings. Anyway. I don't find their model very attractive in Bitstory. The large light pads, yeah, those are only creative, I think. Which is a shame. Can you walk on those, by the way? I'd be very curious to know. I do hope they get implemented at some point. No flowers over yonder, that's all jungle. Jungle. Mountain sheep. Doing mountain sheep things. Oh, hello. Oh, look at you. You're gorgeous. You're also going to go crazy in there, buddy. That goat's going to go mad. Grow a mechanical jaw and come attack us. Feeling is not hurt. I didn't think they would be, but... it was a funny thing to say. I had fun saying it. More bushes. What do we got here? Black currant. Another flower. I am getting these white flowers, but I'm more interested in, like, you know, lupins and I guess these guys too. Lupins and maybe like catmint wouldn't be a bad option. Our inventory is getting a little chunky here. Nerves crawling around after your surgery and feeling hurt. Yeah, I had abdominal surgery back in, what, 2016. It was a rough recovery. You use your core for a lot of things. And you sometimes don't realize it until suddenly you're forced to realize it. You thought white currants were flowering bushes, Burnzilla, when you first played through. Understandable. They look pretty flowery, and they're almost not different from the flower model. Hey there, Mystic Greens. What level tools are we at? We are at steel. Oh, stairs. Yeah, I couldn't get out of bed for like a week. I was supposed to be getting up and run and like walking around doing stuff. I did minimal walking around and doing of anything. It just was not happening. You got some extra inventory space for some tool? It is tool, right? I always forget. Is it tool or toolie? Toolie is the name of the company that makes the like roof racks. Thule is the name of the Greek or Roman god. So this must be Tool. You got an iron Mystic Greens, very cool. Oh, this is Thule too? Are you sure about that? I could have sworn one of these was just Tool. So you had to sleep upright for 2 weeks. That is, oof, that is crazy. Yeah, I didn't have that. I was able to sleep lying down, but I just wasn't able to get up. I think the worst part about it, well, aside from the pain, the worst, like, weird part about it was feeling like, it's just this weird feeling like I was gonna drop a muffler, you know? Like, I just stand up and walk around and muffler pops off. It's like, oh, whoopsie. Okay, so tool is like, ow, hello. So tool is used in tutus. Tule is the plant. Okay. Let's just pop on over here. And we'll throw down a bed and we'll sleep. I don't have a bed. Oh, shoot. Let's run home as fast as we can. I forgot the bed we had is actually the one that is now up at the top of the temple, well, the middle level of the temple. Oh, Curzar. You're so funny sometimes. Do I have enough grass? I believe so. I sure hope so. But since we don't have pit kilns to worry about anymore, we are not going to be using a lot of grass in the future, I don't think. Hello. Goodbye. Ugh. Go away. Well, that was a goof on my part, but I think we do have another couple beds in our furniture bin, so I'll pick one of those up when we get home. And with the Farseer mod on, the mod that makes all the distant mountains visible, even the nighttime is more interesting running around. Like, that is beautiful. They're colored really nicely. The recliner was your best friend. Oh, hey there, Runner's Reviews. Oh, the window where you're shown is so small that your icons look near the same. I thought you both were the same person. Ronan and Stephanie. Alright. You mean to make a bed? Well, we would need to sleep longer than the straw bed would let us, so... we'll just leave this here. And what else are we going to leave here? I guess we'll go ahead. We'll pop the... Move these up here. I'm going to pop these in here, as well as the cattail roots, and put the cattails in the actual papyrus tops here for skeps for later. And then, let's see, we'll be getting more thatch and more tule, supposedly, if I'm to believe what I'm told. The brown sedge can stay there too. Although, you know what? Why don't we take these with us, and we'll put them over at the temple real quick instead. Furniture. Bed. Also bed. And Rifty is very high. Oh boy. Hey there, Gin and Tonic. Wow, sorry, what did you confirm? I must have missed something. You think people would go on the internet and lie? No, no one lies on the internet. Oh, on Google, which is never wrong. Alright. Yeah, let's go drop these off over there. It is Thule. Okay, that's what you're confirming. Whoop. I have a sneaking suspicion we might not even get to the garden tonight. Alright, we could use... That's sort of a plant's chest. Wait. So I do already have some papyrus. I have some lupins here. That's kind of also a plant chest. Let's rejigger some of this. We're gonna put these blocks down here, along with the dirt. I'll just take that stack with me. Okay, so these guys hang out up here. And then we're gonna close you, and then I guess like all of you guys just go on in there. There we go. Yep, and you. Okay. Back to the other place. Okay. Let's head back out. Let's also just chow down some berries. Pancreas, pancreas. I shall destroy you someday. Alright, there we go. So folks, let me know, how is the stream looking compared to usual? Is it smoother? Is it rougher? Is it about the same? I am very curious to know if I need to make any changes for next time. Anybody hasn't noticed any choppiness? Okay, that's good. Yeah, when I had my 1070 in, that could run Vitastory at like. Ooh, I'm looking at my other screen now. It looks very choppy all of a sudden. Does it look okay to you guys? It did stutter a bit. Okay, so my OBS output is lying to me a little bit. Okay. Yeah, for me it looks super choppy right now on OBS. I don't know why. It was smooth until I looked over at it just a minute ago. All right, so more bushes. Is it choptastic? There were a few stutters that were also on my end, on the video end. But like for a while there, I was looking at the other screen. It was like. Okay, I guess I won't get too nervous about what I'm seeing on OBS. The stream was fine till I brought it up. Uh-oh. Is it chopping for you guys now too? Now that it's been like 20 seconds since It's crap. Now I jinxed myself. Okay. I don't know why. CPU says it's running at 1.2%. Looks like a slideshow. That's very irritating. It's almost like when I came over the hill and loaded in this mountain and stuff, it got really choppy all of a sudden. I don't know how to fix that. Aside from, like, stopping the stream and restarting it. If that's the case, I might just not run this at maximum speed then. It does seem like it's struggling. I don't know why. If that's the case, guys, I might call the stream here real shortly. Because that's not going to be an enjoyable experience for you guys. And I don't see any flowers. Where am I looking for flowers? Am I looking in the wrong place? I am. I should be up here. Okay. Whoops. So I want to see what happens if I go back to the desert. Does it smooth out again, or are we just like stuck in chop suey? We're in seconds per frame mode, huh? Yeah, this is reminding me of like when I had my laptop and I was streaming on that. I don't know why this is struggling so much all of a sudden. I've been framed by the drifters. I'll grab these bushes on the way back. Oh. It says error, YouTube's not receiving enough video from me. Uh-oh. It could also possibly be network issues. I don't know what's going on there. Laptop streams are rough. Used it on The Sims. Yeah, this definitely not recommended. Yeah, let's see if getting back to the desert smooths things out. Or what I could do here. Let's try bringing down our view distance a little bit. 256. Looks like it helped a little bit. I'm still seeing freezes every few seconds. Alright, well, I think I have my answer, which is that I'm going to run this at 60 FPS forever. It could be that I've been running it long enough that my GPU has now saturated the, itself in heat and is trying to throttle to stay cool. I don't think it should be, but it could be. It could be a YouTube thing, but I don't think that my video in OBS would be affected by YouTube. Not positive, but I don't think it would be. Yeah, it's still pretty choppy on my end. Like it's smooth, and then it has like a hitch every like 2 or 3 seconds. Ooh, sandstorm. Is it frame per second or seconds per frame? Yeah. It's always the question. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. I'm not sure... Well, I will go back to 60 frames on my end here and see if that fixes everything up. But, folks, I think we're going to call it there for tonight. We'll do a bit of an early end of the chores stream. Didn't get a ton of flowers, but we did get the floor done. Stream is now the slideshow presentation lags. Great. Wonderful. Well, folks, sorry to end on that note of the stream not working out so hot. I'll change settings and see if that fixes it for Sunday. Of course, it could just be a YouTube issue. We'll never know. What's the mod that puts the date in the stuff, Abigail S? That is Ronin's simple HUD clock, but there's an updated version maintained by somebody else right now. So, yep, folks, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out tonight, and hopefully we will be back and smoother again on Sunday. And we will continue working on the temple. But for now, have a good night. As always, my name is Chores. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.